Jake Paul's the only white boy I know that the white boys hate.
I actually gained a lot of respect when we sat down with Jake. I respect him.
He's doing his job. He's putting on his shine. This is the act.
He's trolling people. His job is to piss people off, right? I mean,
you would
it'd
knock
be big.
Jake Paul the fuck out?
Listen, they're not real fighters. They're exciting fighters.
As a knowledgeable and experienced pundit, Evander Holyfield went into great detail about the upcoming July 20th fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. The legend, who had previously reigned supreme as the world champion in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, examined both fighters in great detail, providing accurate predictions based on their unique fighting styles, cumulative experience, and noteworthy past bouts. Given their past as enemies turned friends, Holy is frequently seen as being on Tyson's side and has made a spectacular return to the ring during this upsurge. He gave an unbiased and fair evaluation on Tommy Fury's most recent fight. After a well-placed blow, Holy saw the referee's count and considered it a pivotal point in the fight. In order to give fans, fellow professionals, and spectators an unbiased perspective on the clash, rather than indulge in mere predictions and preferences, Holyfield puts aside personal prejudices and tendencies. Prior to important bouts, he tries to provide accurate and realistic analysis that nevertheless engender faith and trust. Holy achieves this by using his ability to reason logically and make assertions that are supported by good judgment. In a graceful opening statement, Holy acknowledged the skill of both combatants. He also stated that, in his opinion, the battle was extremely well balanced, emphasizing the benefits and drawbacks that each boxer had entered the ring with. This attitude was in sharp contrast to the majority viewpoint, which maintained that Tyson or Paul's age and relative inexperience put them at a major disadvantage. But from a professional standpoint, Holyfield said both are excellent fighters. Both of them have striking styles. Since we're discussing an older, more experienced Tyson, I believe we're even talking about a leveled version of him. Holy continued talking about Jake after that. Paul's strength. He mentioned in his remark that Paul battles exclusively older fighters and other generalizations about him. Holyfield brought this to mind and refuted it, citing the fight with Tommy Fury. He went on to say that Tyson has an edge over Paul due to his weight and experience, while Mike is at a disadvantage due to his age. Thus, I believe the playing field is level and parallel to Holyfield. That performance suggests that it was a very close match that could have gone any way. Despite his recent success in the ring, 2 first-round knockouts in a row, Jake Paul made a strong impression on the boxing community. He nevertheless received the recognition he deserved from Holyfield. Paul has a proven track record, thus his accomplishments are evident. The remarks made by Evander Holyfield on Jake Paul's unsuccessful fight against Tommy Fury are very instructive. Holyfield, however disappointed, praised Paul for his excellent effort. Fury came at his previous outing with a more aggressive attitude, pressing Paul hard right away. This combative attitude resulted in many clinches, which constituted an important part of the battle. Clinching was a tactic used by both combatants to break the other's rhythm or change the tempo, but as the fight went on, the referee had to step in more because of the overuse of clinching. Throughout the bout, Fury's jab was crucial because it kept coming up against Paul's face, making it uncomfortable for him to stay in striking range and use his devastating overhand rights, which had already taken out a lot of opponents. Even though Paul was able to counter and occasionally used his own strength to slow down Fury's momentum, it appeared as though Fury would win on the scorecards going into round 8. Paul needed to pull off something spectacular to shift the balance of power in his favor. As Fury advanced, Paul created a dramatic moment by throwing him off balance with a well-timed left hand. Fury was knocked down by this, but he was not seriously injured and continued to fight until the last bell. But before the official scorecards were read, there was additional suspense created by the addition of a 108 in Paul's favor. Paul should have received the same respect Francis received for stopping Tyson Fury in the 3rd round if he had been able to knock him down. However, Holyfield addressed serious truth-related diversions when talking about Paul's shortcomings before turning his attention to Tyson and sharing a wealth of knowledge about the former heavyweight champion. Throughout their relationship, Holyfield and Tyson have gone from being rivals to foes to friends. By reflecting on his personal experiences, Holyfield provides a unique viewpoint that offers an insider's and an outsider's view on Tyson's boxing approach. Holyfield said that I spent a lot of time researching his methods before a fight. The boxers that prevailed over him during his peak were really good fighters with an amazing skill set. If you weren't already a formidable boxer, your victory over Tyson proved how great you were. Holyfield's tactical approach against Tyson highlights how difficult it is to go up against someone as strong as him. His observations are valid, and their matches, especially the showdown, provide evidence to back them. Tyson saw it as an homage to Muhammad Ali, his hero. One can only picture the explosive force behind Tyson's fists compared to an aircraft crash, even though he was never given the chance to measure his punching power during his career. In response, Holyfield said that anyone who has watched Tyson's training tapes with Rafael can attest to the intensity of his blows. Mike said he was born with that gift. Holyfield insisted, though, that Tyson's skill wasn't just a result of his aggression or punching force. He drew attention to Tyson's counters, an area of his style that is frequently disregarded. He gave an example of how Tyson used his counters to Tillman's advantage during their fight. The moment the bell rang, Tyson charged Tillman, forcing him to retreat quickly during the battle. Tillman didn't do much attacking. Instead, he spent the first minute of the fight moving around the ring to avoid Tyson's powerful blows. After some time, Tyson was able to get closer and start making strong combinations, which made Tillman keep clinching every time Tyson launched a big attack. With around 25 seconds left in the round, Tyson cornered Tillman. Tillman tried to jab, but Tyson's powerful right hand quickly countered it, knocking Tillman to the ground. At 247 of the opening round, Tyson was declared the winner via knockout, and Tillman was left on his back while the referee counted him out. After that, Holy complimented Tyson's mental toughness, pointing out that he overcame hardships both inside and outside the ring in spite of a number of obstacles, such as a public divorce and a 3-year prison sentence. Even in his battles like the one against Frank, Tyson was always able to come back stronger. Bruno, Tyson showed resiliency after getting divorced. The bout began with a hard-hitting opening exchange between the two competitors, which took about 30 seconds for Bruno to be knocked out. The challenger received a swift warning from referee Richard Steele for repeatedly landing back-of-the-head blows and bunny punches. Bruno appeared to have Tyson close to losing shortly after that, but those brief minutes of victory were his final thoughts on the game. Bruno claimed in an interview that for a little moment, "I believed we had Tyson when we connected with him, and he staggered in the first round." Bruno went on, but he came back stronger, and when he started hitting me, I could feel it in my body as well as my mind. It is difficult to express how painful losing that fight was, both mentally and physically. After Bruno sent Tyson a stunning left hook that had him reeling, the audience broke out into a conversation about how terrible Bruno's attack had been. Still reeling from the aftermath from his divorce case, Tyson said that Bruno's hit was far more potent than the one Tony delivered to him during their unification match 2 years prior. It took 3 more rounds for Tyson to get back into rhythm due to ring rust, and Bruno started to feel the pressure, regularly clinching and receiving more damage. Tyson used a lot of left hooks in an attempt to end the fight, but Bruno showed incredible fortitude in the 5th. The battle continued in a similar pace as Bruno adapted a survival strategy. With just 20 seconds remaining, though, a strong left to the body forced him back into the ropes. Bruno showed incredible mental toughness by staying upright in the face of Tyson's unrelenting attack. Holyfield cited Tyson's tenacity as his best quality, which emphasizes his power in the ring. Holyfield effectively contrasted the two combatants' primary skills, highlighting Tyson's superiority over Jake Paul in the process. With his extraordinary expertise and experience, Evander Holyfield provides an unmatched insight of the highly anticipated fight between Tyson and Jake Paul. Through a meticulous analysis of each fighter's advantages, disadvantages, and past results, he has created an image of a match between combat experience and youthful vitality, as well as tactical skill and experience. Holyfield's objective perspective and in-depth analysis shed light on the nuances and possible results of the bout, giving both fans and experts a clear idea of what to anticipate on July 20th. As the battle draws near, his commentary, which goes beyond competition and personal history, reflects a deep appreciation for the sport and its practitioners. Holyfield's observations not only heighten the excitement, but also deepen the boxing community's admiration for the artful science. That's all for today's video. As always, the decision will be made in the ring, but because of Holyfield's thorough analysis, viewers will be watching with a heightened feeling of awareness and comprehension of the historic conflict ahead.